Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Hello, everyone, and Yo Joe, true believers.
Yo Joe.
Instead of Excelsior, we just say hello and Yo Joe. All right. So I hope all you G.I. Joe heads are ready for this. Is the 11th episode of me and Jeff's G.I. Joe Real American Hero review series. We still got a long way to go, but we are now in double digits. And now we're kind of getting firmly into you're going to have a lot of appearances coming up, one right after the other in these coming up issues. And there's going to be some significant deaths coming up in the teen issue. There will be a significant death, but we will not spoil that for you right now. At least it's a significant death for the fans of the G.I. Joe Real American Hero comic line from the 80s. Also, there are some key first appearances in this book. We are reviewing this one. It's called The Pipeline Ploy, G.I. Joe issue 11. They are in Alaska. Cobra's got this pipeline scheme hooked up. And you see the first cover appearance of Doc and Snowjob and the polar bear. I can't remember what they call it all of a sudden, but first appearance of the snowmobile and the Cobra hang glider also on the cover. As we always tell you, this book was used to plug the Hasbro toys as well as, sell comic books. But it was basically an advertisement for the G.I. Joe toy line. But they still didn't. But you had somebody like Larry Hama, Jeff, that he kind of treated it with reverence because he had deep respect for the military because he was in the Army in Vietnam. So he didn't try to make it look stupid. Now there's some silly stuff, some sci-fi elements. But, there was sci-fi elements in the Howling Commandos, Sergeant Rock. Like if you remember G.I. Combat, there was an actual tank that was haunted. So in comic books, they have to put supernatural or sci-fi elements. So like we said, you'll see this. The vehicles are going to show up in this one. We will make note when they show up. The ski mobile is the Polar Battle Bear. It was one of the smaller toys that Hasbro released because they wanted to have little affordable toys that when kids were at whatever department store with their mommy and daddy, and hey mom, you get me that, and they see, it's like $5 or $6. Okay, I can get them a little toy. So if you couldn't get the big ones, and so they had little starting point ones, and as you'll see, you can move on up to a little bit of a bigger toy like this right here. We get the first full appearance of the Cobra his tank in this comic. And I got to tell you, this was a very cool design, Jeff, when it came out. It's like a futuristic concept of what a tank might look like. I don't know if this would actually be tactically efficient, I guess is the word I'm looking for, but it is pretty cool looking. It's kind of got a sci-fi angle to it and a military kind of angle to it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. What I liked about it was you could pose your troops on it. You had the driver obviously in the cockpit. Then you also had a guy could be the gunner, and you could hold two Cobras or G.I. Joes on the back, depending if you wanted to. Sometimes I had G.I. Joe commandeer vehicles, when I was playing with them. So we'd have his tank, maybe G.I. Joe would steal it or something. Also, you have probably the two toys that probably got broke the fastest if you owned them as a child. We have the hang gliders. This is the Cobra hang glider, complete the attack glider Viper, complete with Cobra foot soldier, and they were made out of styrofoam, so it broke really easily. So after about 3 tosses, they were done. But you had a companion one. It came with the second version of the Grunt action figure. This time he's brown colored, like a tan color, I guess it's tan. And so you had that different camouflage scheme and had the G.I. Joe logo on the bottom. And they were both very breakable. It's hard to get one of these intact. And if you do, they're probably pretty expensive. All right. Now, the next guy we're going to talk about is the action figures. This is not a first full appearance. This is like a small cameo because you never actually see his face in the book. But it is the first look that we get at Destro, the weapon supplier of Cobra Commander. And all his information is file name unknown, primary military specialty, weapons manufacturer. secondary military specialty, terrorists. I don't know if that's actually a military specialty, but all right.
Yeah.
And then we got Destro is the faceless power behind Mars, military armaments research systems. Largest manufacturer of state-of-the-art weaponry, the Destro war is man's most natural state. The fittest survive, and the greatest technological advances are made. He maintains luxurious lifestyle around the world. Destro provides high-tech arms to any side able to meet his price and will incite war where it does not exist. He dons his silver battle mask, which is a family tradition, and enters battle himself, either with Cobra Commander, and Destro is their major weapon supplier, or against them if it's better for his business. So now we get to the first point, just like the cartoon. Destro is on Destro's side.
Yep.
If it's convenient for Destro, he'll be on your side. Destro actually respects the G.I. Joe team for their combat skills and expertise, but abhors them for wasting such skills to maintain peace. He's totally
not on the
dedicated
same value system.
Seeing them undermined, subverted, or destroyed. Yeah. And Jeff brought up a picture here.
Yeah, I just wanted to share some. I just thought maybe once in a while, if I find a cool, some cool art of a new character being introduced, I'd share it real quick for people to take a look at. I thought that was a pretty good drawing of Snow Job.
I got something in the mail from somebody I don't know. It says Alpha Dog Comics on it. We'll find out later. All right. I don't remember ordering anything from Alpha Dog Comics, but I guess we're going to find out. Maybe it was a win or something. All right. Okay, now we're going to go on to the G.I. Joes that are first appear in this issue. First up, we have Airborne. They call him a helicopter assault trooper, but I don't think that it's safe to parachute out of a helicopter, but it is G.I. Joe, so we'll overlook it. His name is Franklin Talltree. Primary military specialty is airborne infantryman. Secondary military specialty is helicopter gunship gunner. His birthplace was the Navajo Reservation in Arizona. He is a grade E5, which makes him a sergeant in the military. Airborne's parents are old rich Navajos who indulged their eldest son with skydiving lessons. Talltree also studied law and passed the Arizona State Bar exam. He joined the Army and opted for airborne training, commenting, "I'd rather jump out of airplanes than write legal briefs." He graduated top of his class from Airborne School in Fort Benning, Georgia. Qualified expert, Hughes helicopter chain gun, M16, M60, and M1911A auto pistol. Airborne jokes around and gets loose, but he's serious too. Dead serious. You look at him and sometimes he's looking right through you. Must be the Indian in him. The Navajos call it the far-seeing look. Spooky. Next up, we have
the airborne look.
Yeah. And also, baby, it's like they're kind of goofy because, you could die anytime you jump out of a plane, so they kind of have to be lighthearted. Next up, we have helicopter pilot, Wild Bill, one of my favorite characters from the cartoon, Jeff.
Yeah, me too.
Full name is William S. Hardy. Primary military specialty, helicopter pilot. Secondary specialty is fixed wing pilot, aircraft armorer. Birthplace is Brady, Texas. He is a grade CW4, which means he's a chief warrant officer. And he's got an interesting background, Jeff. Check this out. Hardy served as combat infantryman and participated in the LRRP Long Range Reconnaissance Patrol. Those guys are some bad little dudes. And they're not little dudes, but they're some bad dudes. Operations during Southeast Asian debacle. They're meaning Vietnam. Re-enlisted for flight training school as a warrant officer and has since remained in service specialized training classified. Qualified expert at M1911. A auto pistol prefers single action 45 Colt revolvers, and he's also proficient at AXM-16 attack rifle. Amiable and slow talking, fancies himself a country and western singer. Totally honest in personal dealings, but not beyond spinning a tall tale for the amusement of his comrades. So, all right. Now the next guy is one of my personal favorites also. Gung-Ho. And that's because my dad, I'm sure Jeff likes him too, because our dads were both in the Marine Corps in Vietnam.
Yep.
He is from, his name is Etienne Lafitte. I can't say that. Sorry, dude.
I would say Etienne Lafitte.
Etienne Lafitte. His military specialty is Recondo, which means reconnaissance. Secondary specialty is jungle warfare. He is from Fer de Lance, Louisiana. He is an E7 sergeant. So that means he's like a sergeant first class, I think, Jeff.
Yeah.
Born in a large back swamp Cajun clan, Gung-Ho moved to New Orleans and won a reputation as a bare-knuckle brawler and knife fighter to be reckoned with. He joined the Marines at the age of 18 and graduated top of his class from boot camp at Paris Island. He attended Airborne School, Recondo School, and Marine Ordnance School. He's a qualified expert in all NATO infantry, small arms, and most Warsaw Pact infantry.
Weapons, you know what an E7 is, Matt? It's a gunny.
What? No, he's a gunny, so he's like a gunny. Yeah. Weapons XM 76 grenade launcher is his most efficient weapon. Zap says all Marines are crazy, but Gung-Ho is the hairiest, scariest, craziest jarhead that ever scratched, kicked, and bit his way out of that hole in the swamp they call Paris Island. See, that's why I like him. That's why he is. And you'll see the way he's introducing this thing, because rock and roll, right from the start, doesn't like him. Rock and roll's the Army, so he doesn't like him. Now, the next one up, we have Snow Job. His full name is Harlan
Job.
Yeah. His expertise is Arctic Ski Patrol. Secondary is military rifle instructor. Birthplace is Rutland, Vermont. And if you remember when we talked to Destro as our spirit animal, he tells you a lot of this, the Hasbro was based in the New England area. So a lot of these characters are from New England.
Yeah.
Snow Job was a major Olympic biathlon contender. He enlisted initially for special training and supported privilege that the Army gives to Olympic champions. However, to the consternation of Army PR flag, Snow Job volunteered and was accepted in the G.I. Joe team. He's a qualified expert in all NATO long-range sniper rifles, XMLR-3A laser rifle. He's submitted by Rock and Roll. You think we call him Snow Job because he does his job on skis? Negative. He's a con artist, pure and simple, except when he picks up his rifle. Sure as heck, something's going to fall down. And you'll see what they mean by calling him Snow Job in this issue, actually. And next up, we have one of the most interesting characters, probably one of the most educated. Doc, real name Carl W. Greer. His military specialty, primary specialty is medical doctor. Secondary military specialty is chaplain's assistant. His birthplace is Concord, Massachusetts. He's a grade 03, Jeff, which means he's a captain.
Yeah.
So it means a lot of people will be saluting him. He graduated from Harvard Medical School and completed residency at Johns Hopkins. He hoped for a guarantee of a G.I. Joe assignment on enlistment, but he was told flatly that the Army made no such deals. Doc enlisted anyway and achieved his goal through ordinary channels. He graduated Airborne School and Mountaineering School and Desert Training Unit. He's an avowed pacifist. Doc believes that the G.I. Joe team is the best we have. We send them into the worst situations imaginable because that's where we need them most. When the going gets rough, they need something more than a pill roller. I'm their man. And so I'm their main man. So there you go. That is our characters for this issue. That was a lot to read. It's probably going to add another 50 minutes to this episode. So anyway, I shouldn't have read it all, but all right. Let's start off with issue 11, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. Here you see the cover. This came out in 1983, Marvel Comics Group. Got a cool cover here. Them fighting Cobra on the hang glider. And we got inside G.I. Joe helicopter skimming low over the Alaskan tundra. You see that column of black smoke next to the old pipeline? That's your new unit, the G.I. Joe team, right in the thick of it as usual. He goes, I think it's Wild Bill. He says, looks like Cobra knocked out the Mobat and the laser cannon, and our boys must be pinned down in that depression by Cobra infantry. Boy, howdy, look it. Look at them, two remaining Cobra tanks turn tail and head for the high country. Must think I'm packing air-to-ground missiles instead of replacements. I'm just trying to talk like him now. This is Wild Bill calling G.I. Joe team. Leader, clear me an LZ and pop me some recognition smoke and give me some heavy fire suppression. I don't want my tail rotor getting shot off over there. I'll read you, Wild Bill. You want it? You got it. That's what he means by that. They pop smoke. They have different colored smokes. So when they pop the smoke, that means they recognize him for a landing zone. And LZ means landing zone. And you see here the issue's called Pipeline Ploy. Came out in May of 1983. Volume 1, The Pipeline Ploy. Larry Hama is the scripter. Mike Vosburg was the penciler. John DiAgostino was the inker. Rich Parker did the lettering. Christy Schell was the colorist. Denny O'Neill was the editor, and Jim Shooter was still the editor-in-chief. And we got here he goes, you got it, Hawk. No, okay, I didn't read it right. You heard the man. Keep those Cobras' heads down. Breaker, tell that crazy cowboy to put his slick down behind our position. And you see this is asterisk for slick means a helicopter in military lingo. Bzz, pop. I see green smoke. Is that correct? Over. Green is correct. Be prepared to unload their 3 stretcher cases and 1 walking wounded as soon as you offload the supplies and new bullet stoppers. Replacements. Over. Over. So he's calling the replacements bullet stoppers. So that's a good sign, right? All right. Roger that. I'm down. Commencing offloading. Move it. Get the battle bear snowmobile undercover and hustle with those stretchers. I hope Wild Bill brought plenty of ammo because I'm down to my last belt. Come on, let's get the wounded aboard so I can get out of here. Short fuse. You and Grand Slam and Steeler are going to be all right. I'll see you later after we clean up this mess here, okay? Thanks, Doc. Snake Eyes, pull back for resupply and chow. Gung-Ho, Snow Job and Doc, they are relieving you on the line. And here we got them getting their chow. And Rock and Roll's like, yuck, sea rats. That means sea rations. That's before they had MREs, they had sea rations back in the day. All ham and lima beans. HQ sent us the worst we have for replacements, and they sent us a 4-eyed medic, a ski bum, and a Marine.
that 4-eyed medic's a bad mofo, though.
Yeah. Hot. It's 5 below zero, and that maniac, Jareen, is running bare chested just so we won't miss his 4 tattoo. Don't talk with your mouth full, Rock and Roll. It's disgusting. Snow Job, Gung-Ho, and Doc, keep up the fire. I'll brief you at your post. We've been here for a week investigating reports of Cobra activity all around the Alaskan oil pipeline. We have a bunch of column of Cobra tanks and infantry following the pipeline south. We managed to knock out all but 2 of the Cobra tanks before they zapped us with their heavy stuff. When they saw your slick coming in, they must have thought it was a tank killer gunship. Their last 2 tanks took off following the pipeline south again, leaving a reinforced fire team to pin us down. My guess is that the tanks are going to wait just over the next rise for the fire team to catch up to them as soon as they pull out of here. And you see our first glimpse at his tanks, supplied by Destro, of course. You're right, Hawk. The Cobra infantry is withdrawing. They're double timing along the tank tracks. Once they catch up to the tanks, they'll be able to make good time. We can't follow them because the battle bear can only carry 2 or 3 of the most. When the Mobat knocked out the Cobra, his tanks, in the turret, they just abandoned it. But its engines and tanks are still running in shape. Rock and Roll rides with Snow Job on the Battle Bear. Everybody else climb on the Hiss with me. So they've already commandeered a Hiss tank like I used to do when I played with them. Hey, Snow Job, what you know about that Gung-Ho character? Is he from Flake City or what? I can't rightly say, Rock and Roll. And here we get to see, you're going to find out later, he's Snow Jobbing him already. All I know is that he's a Cajun from down New Orleans way, and he has a sister who's a high fashion model. Say what? Knock your eyes out and leave them spinning like little tight little circles. Maybe the Marine Corps has some saving graces after all. Say, how'd you find out about the sister? He likes me. He offered to set me up with a date with her, but she doesn't seem like my type. I tell you what I can do, though. USB Snake Eyes. I'm Doc, the new medic. Let me make a quick check on your frostbite. Fingers seem okay. How's about we lift the mask and check out your ears and nose? Oh, sorry, Doc. Should have warned you. Nobody ever takes off Snake Eyes' mask ever. So Doc found out the hard way. Many levels beneath the town of Springfield in Cobra headquarters, G.I. Joe has stumbled on our pipeline operation sooner than anticipated. What shall we do now, Baroness? They will soon be near the nuclear power plant. We could arrange an accident that could cover our tracks and illuminate too much real estate left glowing in the dark. No, this calls for a subtler hand. Subtler? Yes, a specialist. A man with evident finesse and a clear tactical mind. If I'm the counterpart of G.I. Joe's and General Flag, then this man is the counterpart of Hawk. He shall be my surrogate commander in the field. Uh-oh. Look who's this, Jeff? What do we got here? What's that look like? We don't see his face, but we know who it is because we know. Baroness, may I introduce who we've already met, Commander? I have received my orders and my plane is fueled and ready. You know him? How? When?
Corporal Commander.
Yeah. Tut, Cobra Commander. I thought you knew everything. If I maintain a constant speed of Mach 2, I should reach our staging area in less than 3 hours. I shall report as soon as I have taken command. The key to this man's voice, Jeff, is think about Worf on Star Trek The Next Generation, and you'll get it. 4 hours later in Alaska, what is it, Snow Job? They've stopped. A group of industrial-looking buildings right next to the pipeline. Can't tell what. Well, it must be a pumping station. They built one every 50 miles or so to maintain the pressure and provide cutoff points in case of leaks. What could Cobra want with a pumping station? You better
think.
Huh?
I said, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Better tell Hawk to get up here. Something's going on. I hear you. Well, looks like they've unloading cargo from one of the tanks. Mighty strange cargo, too. Just what is it you carry around in double-walled stainless steel canisters? Well, I think I have a feeling, Jeff. I know what it is. Look, the second tank's, but I've already read it, so it's not much more than a feeling. Look, the second tank's moving out with most of the infantry. What do you make of it, rock and roll? Well, I think we should split and send the stronger force after the tank and infantry. Since it's obvious that they're headed for the main objective and small party in the pumping station is just a rear guard. And then Gung-Ho doesn't agree. He says, I'll split up. Not so good. I think I better take out the station first and capture the tank and then go after the main body. No? I think maybe that Snake Eyes, he agreed with me. He nodding like a hungry gator. So he kind of talks like, I'm imagining he talks like, Gambit.
Yeah.
So do I. Besides, I'm real curious about those canisters. And then here at Rock and Roll, still don't like this. That Gung-Ho guy is making it real difficult for me to like him. You sure about that sister of his? Snowjob says, would I lie to you? He probably would. Further south along the pipeline, Cobra Commander, I'm reporting in his order. I've taken command of the main body and en route to the primary objective. The tech crew has initiated procedures at the pumping station. The G.I. Joe team should have the station under observation by now. I have taken that into consideration. At the pumping station, careful. Don't spill any of that stuff. You don't have to tell me how dangerous this is. I just want to get this stuff into the pipeline and get out of here. Just the same, I'd rather be here than with that specialist the commander parachuted into us. He gave me the creeps. Did you see his? Party's over. Boom. Rock and Roll's got the door. I've got the window. And Snake Eyes should have taken out the guards in the back by now. Yep, they're already dead. Everybody's accounted for, and it looks like we got ourselves a prisoner. Oh, you fools. Your fire broke open the canisters. Those canisters contained a plague toxin. We've all been exposed. We've got less than 6 hours to live. Uh-oh. And Doc's like, quick, radio headquarters for antidote. It's useless. It's a totally new strain. There was a Cobra Big Shot specialist we left here in the tank, and he has the only bottle of antidote. Uh-oh. Suddenly, boom. Whoa. A mortar attack? That's no mortar. That was an RPG. That Cobra entry squad that marched out of here with that tank just doubled back and swatted our transportation. And it says an Astra's RPG, of course, is a rocket-propelled grenade. And it's looking like they're reloading to take a shot at the hits they left behind. Button them down. Don't let them get a clear shot. Too late. Wham.
Boom.
Quick. While they're reloading, get that battle bear under cover. The only radio we have left is the one on the battle bear. We'll use it immediately to warn Breaker at the rear about the contaminated oil flow. Maybe Wild Bill can fly south and intercept it at the next pumping station. An interdiction team will have to go back out on the bear track and down the remaining and go on the bear to track down the remaining tank before 6 hours are up. Snow Job, Doc, Snake Eyes, you're the interdiction team. The rest of us will sit tight right here and try to keep the Cobras busy until you can get back with the antidote. Oh, and Snake Eyes, do me a favor and neutralize that RPG on your way out.
Yep.
This is Hawk knows exactly who to ask to neutralize something.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, Snake Eyes is the guy you're like, right, you sit in there to F shit up.
Yeah.
Minutes later at the LZ, the landing zone.
By himself.
Yeah, by himself, basically. Here's the situation, Hawk. We've got two slicks standing by on deck. One of them is ferrying our wounded back to Field HQ, where it will pick up reinforcements and medical team for you. Wild Bill will take the other slick down to the next pumping station. He's taking Airborne Zap along for ballast. Airborne, our new replacement. He goes, Airborne? Yeah, our new replacement. He's what you might call our portable air support. Back at the first pumping station, I'm ready whenever you guys are. Wait till the RPG fire again, and they'll go while they reload. No, that's it. Get the sled out of there. They go, oh, I see them, Snow Job. They're just behind the rise. My job is to get us there, Doc. It's up to Snake Eyes to do the neutralizing. Punch, punch, punch. Floor it, Snow Job. The RPG team's halfway reloaded. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. Floor it, man. When I punch out, floor it, man. When I punch this baby, she takes off. How's this for a wheelie? Pew! Old Snake Eyes didn't just neutralize that RPG. He confiscated it. Slam. He took it right out of their hands. They made it. Mazo, but making it back is she is another story. No, that's why I said Snake Eyes. He always makes it back. Hawk already knows, dude. Hawk's already known for a long time. Snake Eyes is going to come back. General Flag, this is Breaker at Field HQ. We are requesting immediate reinforcement for Hawk's team at the first pumping station, and absolute quarantine and containment for the next two pumping stations and all the pipeline between them. Over. Flag here. That's a positive on the reinforcements and a qualified negative on the quarantine. We have barely enough personnel in this area to cover other key strategic sites, but I'll see what I can do for you. Out. Eavesdropping has become a child's play since we stole the program from G.I. Joe's Crypto Scrambler. Soon, all the security forces in the region will be spread out over 50 miles of pipeline. Back in Alaska, I don't like it, Doc. These Cobra tracks lead straight to the nuclear power plant, and I'll bet they go right through it and out again. That smoke's not rising from wood stove. Those are shell craters. Minutes later, Snow Job, this is Wild Bill. It looks like you boys got yourselves a problem, Cobra hang glider style. Oh, it's nothing a couple of bursts from my, your door gunner couldn't solve. True, but I can't stop. Got priority business down at the pumping station number 2. Best I can do is even up the odds a bit. And you got Airborne pops out in the hang glider. Cobra Air Supporting will crush these insufferable G.I. Joes. Really, bro? You think a hang glider gives you air superiority? Whatever.
No.
Like
you're looking to get perforated in the sky.
Yeah. Like what, chump? Who? The name's Airborne, and I'm the new Joe in town. Punch, punch, punch. I loved Airborne was my favorite toys. The guy's up for some aerial chicken. Use RPG, Snake Eyes. It looks like the boys downstairs are escalating their firepower. Least I can do is line up the runners. What he means he's gonna set them up to get shot. Ba-doom for a double play. So he's like, I'm gonna set them up for the runners for a double play. So he sets them up. Nice. I got room on that buggy for another You got room on that buggy for another passenger? Sure. I'm Snow Job. This here's Doc, and this is my mysterious masked man is Snake Eyes. Howdy. Call me Airborne. Real name's Tall Tree, Franklin E. Tall Tree, is that an Indian name? No, it's Native American. What kind of name is Snake Eyes? Don't ask. Back at pumping station 1, G.I. Joe copters were saved. Not yet, rock and roll. Cobra had a trick up its sleeve we hadn't reckoned on. They were keeping a portable surface-to-air missile in reserve. Wait until they pass, so that the guidance system can zero in on their exhaust heat. The Joes in that copter don't have a prayer. No, but they got Gung-Ho. Cover me, rock and roll. What? What's that crazy jarhead trying to prove? Well, this here crazy Cajun grind a fella ain't trying to prove nothing. If they say the proof's in the pudding, no, and I be making pudding out of these Cobra's faces. These guys ain't laughing at my joke. It must be stupid.
But they can't understand your accent.
Yeah. 50 miles south. It looks like they got the welcome committee out for us, Wild Bill. Breaker must have briefed them on the radio zap. Hi, we're the oil company's main maintenance crew here. We received the message from your HQ about cutting off the oil flow, and we're working on it right now. All that technical stuff is your turn. Our job is security quarantine. Quarantine? Where are we gonna go, huh? The opera? Come on inside and get warm. This might take some time. You see, we just can't cut off the oil flow cold. The pipes could freeze and burst if they were empty. We got to cut in the auxiliary oil flow from the reserve and tank and send a mechanical probe. You look at that guy. Does he already look suspicious to me, Jeff? Look at him.
Yeah.
The inside of the pipe check for leaks. My assistant's getting the probe from the equipment shed. Zach, can you monitor the radio in the copter while I check this out? The water friends for a while, Bill. He's like, all right, that is correct, Cobra Commander. I'm in position and standing by to oversee the final stages of our plan. Everything is proceeding as scheduled. So we see Destro again. Back at the pumping station 1, the G.I. Joe reinforcements have landed safely and enforced the surrender of the Cobra infantry. All right, you sorry losers. Keep those meat hooks in the air, or I'll have to come down there and breathe plague germs all over you. And
all these issues, G.I. Joe seems to take quite a few Cobra prisoners.
Yeah, and you're not wearing CPR gear like the reinforcements here, which means chemical, biological, radiological equipment. That was really something, Gung-Ho, the way you aced out that Cobra rocket team. Not bad for a Marine. Say, if Snake Eyes gets back in time with that antidote and we don't drop dead of the plague, how's about a little celebration, you and your sister? Oh, I think maybe I'll break your face. My sister, she's 9 years old.
Oh, God.
Oh, that joke might not have went as well as it should have been, it would made. At the pumping station, at pumping station 2, the probe was inserted in the pipeline. The probe contains a small radioactive element to aid in tracking. It's actually very safe. These suits are simply to satisfy company safety regulations. Sure. Outside, Snow Job, Doc, Airborne, and Snake Eyes are approaching the station in the battle bear from the other side. Looks like there's Wild Bill's copter and that's Zap sitting in the co-pilot seat, manning the radio. But check out those Cobra tank tracks leading right to that shed, Jeff. Those tracks lead into the utility shed.
Not inconspicuous at all.
I know, right? Those tracks lead into that utility shed, and they don't come out. The Cobra tank must have entered the shed before Wild Bill landed. Otherwise, Zap would have seen it. Should they seen the tracks, though? I don't know.
Yeah.
So whoever the heck Wild Bill is hobnobbing with inside that station aren't what they appear to be. Cobra, they've been one jump ahead of us from the start. Zap, this is no job. We're next to the pipeline approaching the utility shed. There is a Cobra tank in the shed, and it's carrying a load of plutonium stolen from the nuclear power plant. It's a good bet that station crew is pure Cobra. It's also a good bet that plutonium was inside a dummy probe heading further down the pipeline. I'm going in for Wild Bill. Back me up. Snake Eyes is going after the Cobra tank by himself. It's only one tank, right? Zap. What the? Take them out, Wild Bill or Cobra. Ha, you're both dead men. We've already beaten you to the draw.
Oh, there's a Colt.
Yeah, kapow. And look what Wild Bill says. That'll be the day, boys. Blam, blam, blam. He just fans that 6-shooter at him.
45 Colt.
The probe, it's long gone, Zap. It must be halfway to pumping station 3 by now. Yes, and it's carrying enough plutonium to give Cobra a respectable nuclear capability. You see, the plague toxin was a ruse to draw attention away from the nuclear plants. It also forced you to shut down the pipeline, providing an excuse for the probe to carry the plutonium down the pipeline to station number 3, where a Cobra helicopter crew is waiting to fly out of the country. You mean the plague toxin is fake? Those Joes who were at the station aren't infected? Oh, the toxin is quite real. It had to be convincing. In fact, I'm holding the only supply of the antidote for that particular strain. Doc says, the Geneva Convention says I can't fire a weapon, but it don't say anything about snowballs. And starts throwing snowballs at his gun. And he goes, or tackling. Hold your fire. They're both in the shadows. You dare to lay your filthy hands on me? Doc's clear. Open up. Punch you, blam, blam, blam. Meanwhile, Snake Eyes kicks down the door to the shed to find that Cobra tank has been given a failed dose of planned obsolescence. Boom.
It's been scuttled.
Rump. The blasted Joes haven't won yet. My wrist rockets will take care of that. See, we still haven't seen his face. I kind of like it. Keep it mysterious, right?
For anybody who knows G.I. Joe, they knew already, but the wrist rockets on his arm that's right there. That's it.
That giveaway.
Yeah.
The Battle Bear. Wham. Blast. A dud. So he missed the helicopter. Quick. Get in the helicopter. We've got to stop him. He's got the only dead antidote and time's running out. No, we have to stop the plutonium first. And besides, I managed to grab the antidote while I was beating that Cobra bum mercilessly about the soles of his boots with my face. So he was kicking his ass, so he's saying it. 25 miles south at Station 3. It's a G.I. Joe helicopter, shall we? No, that's a Cobra specialist. He might have captured it. Besides, we outgunned them. It's all over, guys. We captured Station 2 and reinstated the contaminated oil field, and you're all infected, and you're all infected and have 6 hours to live. Ooh. But we're willing to make a trade, the plutonium for the antidote. You better make up your minds before your 6 hours is up. And minutes later, they made their minds up right quick, didn't they, Pard? Yeah, they may be evil, but they're not stupid. And hold on, is that the end of it?
No, it shouldn't be. There's 32 pages, I think.
I missed something.
Unless, well, you might have gone through already. Hold on. Let me look. Let me consult.
Yeah, we got all of it. That's all of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
because at the end of it, well, it should have been another page, but it's been cut off for some reason. But that's basically the gist of it. I'm probably going to edit that last part out for something. I don't know. So
let's see. You ended on they may be evil, but they're not stupid. So the next page is in summary.
The rest of it's not there, but what happens is
it's just one page missing.
Snow Job's like, "Hey, rock and roll, man, or he tells rock and roll says Snow Job, "Hey, man, you pulled the wool over my eyes about his daughter." He goes, "No, I didn't lie. She is a model, but she's a child model." And but then he makes this off-color joke about, and you could take her out on a date, but it would be to get a milkshake. And I'm thinking,
that's kind of
I'm gonna let rock and roll take my 9-year-old sister to get a milkshake. So it was kind of a joke that you couldn't do in this time period. But anyway, what do you think, Jeff? We just did 11. Pretty good. That was an action-packed issue.
I was just going to tell you or ask you, do you feel like the pace is picking up in these issues as far as action?
Yes. Well, now we've already been introduced to most of the principles. Of course, we've got some new guys showing up, but now you kind of get the idea. We got Cobra and Baroness are going to be a focal point coming up in the upcoming issues. Destro is going to be a big focal point.
Yeah.
And we're going to get other characters like Major Blood will show up and Zartan. And it just keeps adding on. What's so great about it, because it goes to the toy line, is that we keep getting these new characters. Like this time we got Snow Job, Wild Bill, Gung-Ho, Doc, Destro, but we're going to get more people. And it's just like, it's kind of like the real army. New recruits come in, old recruits go out, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to get more of that. And I really like this issue. So like we said, there's 5 first appearances and 1 slot cameo where you don't see his face, you don't know quite who it is yet.
Yeah.
It is considered a cameo of Destro. And the next issue, we got another issue
for Snake Eyes. 3 strikes for Snake Eyes. There's the cover.
Yep.
Kind of hard to see because I got to open. Oh, there you go. Man.
Yep. 3 strikes for Snake Eyes. Issue 12 will be next on the reading list. So if anybody at home wants to read online or like with their compendium or their issues, go ahead and read issue 12 along with us.
Yeah.
And it should be fun. This is a newsstand copy. So anyway, thanks for watching. I don't know. I think it's pretty good, Jeff. I'm liking this series. This one lasted slightly longer than I wanted to, but it's okay because I read the file cards. Next time we'll just read their names and the
I'm having a great time going through the Marvel G.I. Joe run for the second time.
Absolutely, me too. I'm loving it. Well, now you know everything you need to know, guys, about G.I. Joe issue 11.
That's right.
And Jeff, you know what they say about that?
Yes.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe!
All right, guys. Until next time, Yo Joe.
Joe.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.